Alex in the back.
Thank you, Karina. As you know, Elon Musk launched a series of attacks on Dr. Anthony Fauci over the weekend, calling for his prosecution, and then he shared some other memes about him and suggested he's lying about the origins of the coronavirus. What's your response? First of all, specifically to the attacks on Dr. Fauci, and second, how is your view of Twitter as a sort of public forum and a forum for yourself and for the president and many other officials here? How are those views evolving?
So look, we've been very clear about this. These attacks, these personal attacks that we have been seeing are dangerous on Dr. Fauci and other public health professionals as well. They are disgusting and they are divorced from reality. And we will continue to call that out and be very clear about that. Again, these are incredibly dangerous, these personal attacks that we are seeing. Dr. Fauci has served under 7 Republican and Democratic presidents. We cannot forget that. He has given his almost entire career to civil service, as a public servant. His work on infectious disease from HIV/AIDS to COVID has saved countless lives. And, it's unfortunate that he has, we are fortunate, I should say, that he has devoted his career and his life and his exceptional talent to America's public health. And that's what should be discussed right now. That's what we should be thankful to him about. And again, these are incredibly dangerous and should be called out. I'll leave it there.
Thanks, Green. Appreciate it. We know the Respect for Marriage Act is going to be signed tomorrow on the South Lawn. But, and the president himself, he told me the other day that he disagrees with Catholic bishops. The bishops, of course, believe that it will harm religious freedom. That said, it's going to be signed. We know it's a done deal. But what does the president say to religious organizations who fear they will now be targeted or discriminated against by the government for their beliefs in traditional marriage?
So, look, on his first day in the White House, the president signed an executive order on preventing the combating discrimination against LGBTQI plus Americans. And that EO has led key agencies, including HUD, HHS, ED, DOJ, and CFPB, to strengthen non-discrimination protections in housing, healthcare, education, criminal systems, and credit and lending services. And so I say that because he has been so committed to this issue from the beginning of his administration. And when you look at this piece of legislation that has been passed, it actually addresses also the question that you're asking. And takes that into account. But look, tomorrow's going to be a really important day for many Americans, millions of Americans across the country, and I think we cannot forget that. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. I have a question on the African Leaders Summit. My colleague already asked this question, but I want to ask you about. It is no secret that China has bigger influence and more investment, more trade with Africa. And I understand this summit is not about specific countries, but it's about sending a affirmative message. But I want to ask you, what kind of role do you expect for this summit to play in terms of competing the influence over Africa against China?
Look, I want to be very careful here. I'm not going to go beyond what what Jake just stated. It's not going to be about China. It's going to be about Africa. We worked very closely with African nations, as Jake said, and also the African Union about what is important that they want to talk about and discuss with the president. Not just the president, the vice president, our cabinet secretaries. And so that's going to be the focus. That's why we announced the $55 billion. That's why we announced someone who is going to make sure that over the next couple of years, as we continue to move forward with our relationship with Africa, that things that we discussed, our deliverables, will occur, will happen, and showing our commitment. And so I think that's where we want to stay. That's what we want to focus on how we can move that relationship forward and what we can do to assist the continent. All right, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.